What is up?
Listen.
What kind of...
I guarantee he's around.
Ma'am, please stop. What kind of drugs are you on?
No drugs.
Do you have mental issues? Is there something I can do to
You
calm
touch me,
you
I'm
doing?
fucking you up.
Yeah, I don't want to
I ain't
touch
even
you.
playing.
No, don't do that.
Listen, give me a regular cigarette.
Nigga, nothing. Get the... Oh my God. There is kids in here, girl. Get out of here. No, what kind of drugs are you on?
Lots of them. Man, listen.
I'm sorry, what?
Man.
She's got to go. She's got to go.
Listen.
She's throwing stuff at me. Yeah.
Guarantee you a brown. Okay. Oh my.
I have Sarah here with me today. Again, as you guys have seen in both videos, right? Obviously, a lot of people have seen the video where she wasn't doing so well, but this new video that came out showing how much you've accomplished, that really took off, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's been pretty amazing to see. So I just wanted to see what your thoughts were. Last I checked, I think 500,000 people had seen the video showing your actual recovery. You know, from the first video that went viral for not the best reasons. But how has it, I guess, what was your reaction to the video?
I didn't actually see it the first couple of days it came out. And then someone asked me, they said, the new video is great. Like, we're so proud of you for doing it and letting everybody know there is life after addiction and a way out and all of that. So I was like really impressed by the way the video went and, everybody's feedback on it. I did get, of course, those, people that just told me I shouldn't have showed it and what a horrible mom I was for putting my kids through that. And, I had half and half.
Yeah. That's interesting because I noticed, like, as far as on the comments, like from what I saw, like the vast majority of people were like pretty supportive, right? Mm-hmm. You still had a couple jerks that were just like tagging people like, oh, look at this crazy lady without even watching the rest of the video, right? Like just thinking that's what the video was about. But there was overall, though, I feel like you had a lot of love and support on there. And I definitely had a lot of people reach out for help because of that video, which I thought was the coolest part of all of it, right? Like that it inspired other people to possibly get clean as well.
Right. And I have, there's, I don't know, maybe 10 to 12, maybe more friends now that I talk to on a regular basis on my Facebook page that has went and got clean. And another girl, her parents was really going through it. And she didn't realize there was anybody else that's ever been to where I was at. So I got to share more in depth with her, like my story and some of the psychosis I went through. Yeah. And it was great because she was explaining to me the same thing her parents was going through, like the same symptoms and the same things. And
yeah. So it must have helped her a lot to actually talk to somebody that had been through it then.
Right. And she had a 12-year-old brother, and like we talk now, we still keep in contact. And, I check on her and, update on her parents and her brother and her, and then a couple of other people that I talk to on a regular basis that now go to fellowship meetings, which is really nice. Even if, it's one person, it really meant a lot to me to be able to explain to people. Like the one girl was in Canada, the other girl was like, I don't know, Poland or somewhere, far. And they just started messaging me to see if I would, be willing to explain to them that like that was normal when you're going through that. And there is a way out.
Yeah. And your story truly is one that goes from like dope to hope, viral on both ends, right? Because the first video, I think got what, like couple million views or something like that. Yeah. And then the second video's that already reached over 500,000 people in just a couple months. So it's been really amazing to see, something that so many people looked down on at one time turn into like true hope for people, that there's people all over the world, either reaching out to me that saw it on my page or reaching out to you directly. Wondering how they can do it too, how they can get clean like you did.
Right. And that's literally exactly what it was. That, that was like my complete bottom too, with doing the next video with you, like just what my life's been like. Not that it's always roses or perfect or any of that stuff, but like, I became a productive member of society and I sponsor and I can help people and just help people, show them that you can be a productive member of society and like functioning, and doing, all the things you're supposed to do in life that we're meant to do.
No, absolutely. Sarah, you want to tell everybody how long you've got clean now?
I have 2 years and 10 months, almost 11 months. It'll be 11 months on the 1st of May. So
okay. When's
it'll be
your
3 years in June.
3 years in June. Okay.
Easier that way.
So you may, with all this COVID stuff, you may have to be celebrating your 3 years online. Then I take it.
Yes, lots of Zoom meetings. We've had lots of Zoom meetings, definitely. So
that's exactly the next thing I wanted to ask you about and get your opinion on. What have you been doing for your recovery during all this coronavirus stuff?
I do, like, I normally do an 11 o'clock Zoom meeting, and I do like the nightly meetings with my area people, but there's a lot of 24-hour, 7 days a week meetings that are amazing, that are international, that, I've reached out to other people and made friends now with people that are all over the world. That it's amazing. Like, you can feel the recovery. To me, I can feel the recovery like through the phone, just because you get a vibe of people, that really do just want a better way of life. And I mean, I do a faith-based one in the morning, and then other fellowship ones during the day. Whatever I need to do for me, depending on how the day is.
No, and that's awesome. It sounds like you're hitting the meetings really hard, which I think is important that, we hit more meetings now than we did before, because I think it's a little more stressful right now. Right.
Right.
So that's great. I've noticed the same thing on the meetings that I do. It's amazing. There's a couple hundred people that come regularly, and, you build this friendship, and you feel the recovery, like over the internet, over the camera, over the phone, whatever it may be that you're using. And you really start to build those bonds. My favorite thing, I don't know if you feel the same way, but I noticed that, when I do the serenity prayer in the beginning and the Lord's Prayer at the end, I feel that. I feel that so strong, especially when there's a couple hundred people praying all at once. I'm like, wow, that was powerful.
Yeah, another one of my favorites is either the Lord's Prayer or the Ties That Bind Us. And especially with my area people, people that I don't get to actually hug right now. Like, when we do it, it's just like, I can just feel the connect, and it helps me get through it, because, I can be real quick to sit here and why me? Why do we have to do this? Why is this? Why that? But it's just safer for me to stay home and, be careful and cautious and just do the Zoom meetings. I just can't take no chances. I have, a 12-year-old at home, and it's just this way I can log on and I can be in my pajamas and I can still get my recovery.
It's like you said, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but you're making it through this COVID stuff, right? And I just wanted you to be able to tell everybody, hey, how are you doing? And I know you mentioned the meetings. Yeah,
I mean, in the morning I get up and I pray before usually my feet even hit the ground. I log on to a meeting in the morning. I usually read my Bible. I go over some, 12-step stuff. I call my sponsor. I reach out to my support group. I usually check on my, regular group of people, and then they check on people. So we kind of just do it all in a chain. And a couple, there's two amazing gentlemen that I met. One is in Philly and one is in Chicago, just due to this, just because of the Zoom meetings. And he sends me, verses and paragraphs from the basic text, and just, but I then again can go from that to on edge, irritated, grouchy, don't talk to me, because I want to go do stuff. I want to go out somewhere. I can't go nowhere. There's nowhere to go.
For sure.
The grocery store.
Yeah, that's pretty much the highlight of our weeks, right? Is our weekly trip to the grocery store to get some milk. And that's about as exciting as it gets for us anymore. So it is a tough thing. Are you able to stay in contact with your sponsor through this all as well?
Yes, I just finished my 8th step. We are going to go over that on the WhatsApp. I guess that's our plan. We just haven't done it yet.
Okay, good. Well, I'm glad to hear, you're working the steps too. And one of the last things I wanted to ask you too was, if somebody's watching this struggling right now, let's say they're using and they're afraid, they're going through the coronavirus stuff, what advice would you give them?
My favorite saying is, "This too shall pass." It's always been my favorite. It's tattooed with my clean date on my arm. And the best thing you can do is just, if you have a place to go, reach out to friends or family, stay at home. There's nothing out there. And right now, more so than the drugs, there's an invisible virus that's killing us. The drugs, at least you've seen that coming. Even if you didn't mean to die from it, you seen it coming. This is something you can't even see to stop. Like, just, you know, be careful. It's just not worth it. It's not worth your life.
No, 100%. You know, I encourage everybody to, you know, be safe, practice social distancing. And I just want to make sure I let everybody know, because I know a lot of people are still confused about this, but there are still detoxes open. There are still rehabs open. There's still online meetings. There's still teletherapy. Like, you can still get help during all of this, right?
Right. Yeah.
You know, you guys feel free to message me anytime, 24/7, if you guys need resources, and I can help direct you to some resources. You know, we have the meetings on my page. There's Zoom meetings. There's detoxes that are still open despite the travel bans. You can still travel, go to detox, get help. The help's still out there. And like Sarah said, you know, this too shall pass. We will get through this, and we will get through it together. I promise all you guys, we will get through it together. So, Sarah, I wanted to say thank you so much for just giving us a little update on how you're doing, inspiring some more people, and, you know, spreading that experience, strength, and hope.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.